ahead and call the meeting to order. It is 4:33.
So it's more entertaining than the last how many hours that so.
Absolutely. Okay. Call it to order, and the first item on the agenda is the consent agenda, which includes the approval of the agenda and approval of the August 13th, 2025 meeting minutes.
I move to approve. Paula.
First, is there a second?
Emily will second.
There is a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Wait, should we start with the part of bringing Sophia in?
Sophia, were you intending to participate or listen in?
Either one, whatever you need me to do, I can do. I can just listen in if you want, or I can participate.
It's her desire.
Does she meet the standards? Or is it work or family related emergency?
No.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Well, we'll proceed forward then.
I mean, it was family, that's why I'm not there. But it's not an emergency.
She decided.
You know, it's like just honesty about everything.
Yes.
That's, I guess, our new,
Integrity.
integrity. It's one of our core tenets here. All right, written communications from the public.
I have something received today. So just a little backstory. You guys know that Ellen Hopkins, you may or may not know that Ellen Hopkins will be here tomorrow. Ellen is a young adult author primarily, although she has written some for younger kids and some books for adults. She tackles difficult subjects, drug abuse and other things. And she's a staunch proponent of free speech, and that's part of what she's here for. I received this today. I'll read it. This is from a C.N. Wright educator. Great news, Ellen is coming to the DPO! Exclamation blank. Too bad she won't be joined by Emily, see attached. And I'll read the attachment to it. And a few of her Marxist girlfriends. Ellen will be glad to know our state librarian, Alexi G., has put parents in their place and welcomes children to come in and check out porn, to ensuring equitable access to information for every member of our community. That's me quoted from the press release about this. Not the porn part.
Yeah.
Ensuring equitable access to information for every member of our community, as you so proudly state, BARF. Here's the attachment. States disassociate. It's actually dissociate. I'm not going to quibble about that. It's dissociate. With American Library Association over radical agenda. 3 states, Montana, Missouri, and Texas, have withdrawn support recently from the American Library Association since the organization now promotes Marxism and equity, diversity, and inclusion through children's literature and discriminates against faith-based story hours in public libraries. As evidence of the organization's radical agenda, the ALA elected Emily Drabinski, a self-described Marxist lesbian, as president for 2023-2024. She resigned because of the pressure, by the way, not long into her tenure. After she was elected, Drabinski wrote in a now-deleted social media post, "I just cannot believe that a Marxist lesbian who believes that collective power to build and can be wielded," that doesn't make sense, but can be wielded for a better world, is the president-elect of ALA Library. I'm so excited for what we'll do together, solidarity. Drabinski also referred to herself as a Marxist in a 2022 interview in which she said, "I never thought in a million years they'd give a Marxist a chance." That's the long and short of it. I do want to point out how things can be flipped completely. So we actually put parents back in charge of what their children can or cannot check out instead of the state, which would be a Marxist way to do things. We are not saying what your kid can and cannot check out. We gave that power back to the parents. It's the exact opposite. So it's interesting. But that is our written communication for the public. I was going to save it for the full board meeting, but since tomorrow Ellen will already be here, I thought I'd share it in advance of Ellen's.
I I might like to like read that just to myself, because there was a lot in there to keep track
Is there
of.
a sticker on there too? A little smiley
Yeah,
face
there's
sticker? A little sign off?
there's a barf sticker,
Oh, it's a barf sticker.
or a yucky face sticker.
Okay.
Okay, well,
I'm happy to scan it to you.
I mean,
Well, thank you for your comment.
yeah, that's what I'm, thank you for your opinion, and, okay.
Welcome.
Nobody's gonna make you come to the program.
Welcome and appreciated.
But it's interesting how freedom is
Yeah.
is actually portrayed as the opposite of freedom. I don't in fact. It's amazing.
All right, public comments. I see none. Move down into old business. First on the agenda is capital needs discussion.
The main thing it's on our, as far as for the library right now, our perspective is the fact that
I just thought about what you told me earlier, what the implications of that were, but please do.
the main capital need that I'm looking at right now is our electronic key system is no longer supported and parts aren't available. I know the city has budget to replace it because if it were to go under, it's completely finished. I don't know where we are in the process. So I know a few different organizations have come in, and I know they've got their. I don't know if they put it out to bid yet or not, but I know that they've had a few different organizations come in and look at it, and hopefully it'll happen before the end of this year.
You guys won't be locked out, will you, if it goes?
No,
down?
we can
Yeah,
go.
there's
We can go manual.
okay.
And the proposal actually is increasing some. Right now we have so we lock this door, which doesn't really do any good because the door just on the other side of
That's how I
it
got inside.
is always unlocked. And we'd like to make that key card. And again, we'd be happy to issue key cards to trustees. But yeah, that's.
And to clarify, you said it's just stopped being supported, it isn't stopped working.
No, it still works. But if we were to have a problem with it, there's no.
It'd be an emergency then, and, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't even know I would go so far as to say emergency. It would be a big inconvenience.
A lot more jingling going on around the building.
Yeah.
All right. I guess is that all we'd like to discuss in the office of capital needs?
Well,
We'll move forward. First project update.
done.
Actually done?
Even though all the little details.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Does that mean it's gonna come off the agenda next month?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. Done and done. So, yeah. Done is good. It's been a heck of a year.
Yeah. Didn't think this day would ever come, but here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll move down happily into fiscal year 2026 budget discussion.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I assumed that I would have met with Mr. Gleason by now. I was supposed to meet with him on Monday. I think we know now why the meeting was postponed. But I will, it was rescheduled for tomorrow. So I will be meeting with him and here's the facts only. I will be meeting with Mr. Gleason tomorrow. I expect that the interim CFO will also be there. My understanding is Mr. Greg Zatara. So Greg sat on this board for 6 years.
An avid watcher or reader of our minutes, is that what I heard? Or at least used to be.
I know that he was one of the most prepared trustees at all times. He walked in the door having read every word because he had questions prepared. Even if he addressed it verbally, he still asked the question. He would find ways to. I mean, sometimes it was pilot. To find ways to get us some extra funding when necessary. So there's reason to be hopeful, I think. but I'm just, again, just facts. I'm gonna be talking to a lame duck city manager and, an interim CFO. So I'm not sure what that means.
I guess the other caveat I'll add to that, which kind of was already said in a certain instance, but it's just not a positive or negative, that with Mr. Zentari in that position, we'll probably be going back to a more traditional means of how we've gone about finding, well, our funding formulas, but I would say, I know obviously we are taking a newer approach on our end this time. So there's.
But my understanding is 6 months. That's gonna be his tenure is 6 months. That's what I'm hearing. And I'm getting all this secondhand. So just keep that in mind also. I hope in some ways it can lead to a very frank discussion on all three parts.
That's what I was maybe want to forecast is positive or negative, it's just that it's kind of going to be more traditional.
And if you guys had a chance to look at the draft of the public awareness campaign.
Oh, yes, I did.
So,
I love that you broke it down to like 11 cents a day.
yes. So I think it's good, but I definitely want to hear you guys' feedback on it. And best case scenario is I have a sit down and I'm assured that we're going to get all the funding we need tomorrow, and we don't have to run it. That's the best case scenario. But I also don't want to, to me, it should be viewed as a positive thing. We're not asking people to complain. We're asking people to support what we're asking for. That's all. So.
It would have to go up for referendum, right? To get a bigger, it wouldn't. It would just have to be approved by city council. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we're not at our, that's right. I keep
They
forgetting.
can extend their home rule privileges to us.
Yeah. I keep forgetting. It's not
Yeah, we're
like
already.
We're not.
Correct, because we're already at 0.28.
Yeah.
And we've been as high as 0.3334 in my tenure.
Yeah.
But the valuation is going up, and the amount of the levy is not keeping pace with the way valuation is going up. So our rate has actually gone down.
Yeah.
I do like
It also doesn't help the fact that they didn't levy the amount that was approved.
Correct, and that'll be one of the items for discussion tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm a fan of the visuals of this so far. It's definitely very professionally done, shareable with one another.
Yeah, that's eye-catching, and I like the black and white.
And that's what I was just gonna say, I like the black and white with the colors like red, bad, green,
Yes.
good, yellow highlights. Like, I think that's really good.
We paid Clan $3,200 for
Worth
it.
it.
Worth it?
Yeah.
It looks very professional.
It looks good,
Yes.
That's why I pulled it up so I could look at it again.
Yeah.
Is that different language or is that?
Oh, yeah. In part of it.
It's like filler language.
Yeah, it's just filler language.
It's a lorem.
Yeah.
Was this like Scandinavian or is this Finnish?
That's the filler stuff.
Yeah.
Understand. Where did you see the 11 cents per day?
It's right here. Right here. What's it gonna cost me? Only 1% of your total annual tax bill, or roughly an average of $40 a year. That's only 11 cents.
I didn't zoom in that much. I see it.
Yeah.
You keep breaking it down to smaller and smaller amounts, and it's like 11 cents a day. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
I think they hit the sweet spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not panic-inducing yet.
Strike to understand, get to your heart. Nothing you don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we were kind of waiting to see the spirit coming out. So, moving down to the other discussion. Is there anything else old business-wise that they would like to bring a good cause? All right, we'll move down to new business, which includes the August 2025 check register and vendor reports.
Yeah, I have a question.
Cindy.
Yeah, I can answer it because I know what it is.
I thought we already paid out.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
We-
I got that highlighted.
We
Yeah.
had, but we put it all in one check.
Okay,
They wanted separate checks for all these items.
Oh,
So
okay.
they voided that check
okay.
Okay.
and rewrote it that way. I panicked myself.
I saw that, highlighted it, yeah, it's like,
Yeah, I assume that's what you were gonna talk about.
Yes.
I don't think we need to be disrespectful.
Hey, listen, if you can pre-read my mind, Rick, that's good.
yeah, that saves a lot of time. I was even rechecking the dates of the membership fees got. What? Okay. I even brought last
Oh,
month's
the
just-
Dell ink. What did we
Yeah,
buy?
so we finished off our 3-year replacement of all computers. in
Okay.
the building.
Perfect. So that's complete now?
Yep.
Okay.
What do we do with all this? Do we sell it?
We recycle them. We strip them and
For
recycle.
gold?
No, for not.
I
for
thought
not-
this is actually a full-scale industry in the e-cycling and or gold specifically, because there's so much gold in.
We have not gotten anything in return from them in the past.
Just half the planet.
There's definitely an opportunity cost there too.
That's all I had.
I'm curious, just because I see in there, Chang.
Yeah, that was, and that's doing business as,
Because that was the 50th, or 150th birthday party, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
it was the promoter, organizer, and her name is Stephanie Hensley. Her company is called, well, it's Yuan Chang is the parent company. And let's see, it. She put it under Chang, I wonder? Well, Stephanie Hensley was the planner and promoter, and I can't remember what she calls her company. So it's Yuan and Chang doing business as, but that also includes all the subcontractors. So all the vendors that were here, the bouncy house, all the other things. So she handled all that, just subcontracting. And she was worth every penny.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah. And Ellen Hopkins, $3,000?
Correct.
We should all go on a bunch of tours.
Yeah, and I think that's actually,
But that's,
I
you
think
know-
that's actually a partial payment. I think that's
We gotta write a book first, or a few books.
and let me tell you,
Cash.
and let me tell you, that is
That's right.
so cheap.
Yeah, oh, I did.
Most
I agree.
A-list authors, you're not gonna touch for less than $30,000
Wow.
for one engagement. That's for like a 2-hour thing. She's doing a whole day of stuff for them.
Yeah.
She's doing a writing workshop with students at Eisenhower.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's doing a whole day's worth of stuff for us, or an afternoon and an evening's worth of stuff for us.
Yeah. Well, that's, but that's coming out of the,
Friends are paying for that.
yeah, Friends of
Well, it's the Friends of Foundation, I can't remember which, but,
Oh,
Someone.
yeah,
oh,
yeah. So they kind of split those 150th anniversary costs. She's part of the 150th anniversary thing.
and Newsbank Inc., 20,407.
Yep.
What are they?
That is our archive, I believe, right?
Annual subscription, America's News.
Man, I've been seeing this in space for the longest time.
Let's see.
Looks like my hands.
If I can quickly get to it and show you.
So, what I think it is, you notice, if you try to look up any article from WED that's older than like 3 years, you have to pay access for it. You get it free.
Oh,
I think Arrow
okay,
Review,
Well-
Arrow Review is part of it. I'm sorry, it's Newsbank, I get them all mixed up. American newspapers, what else does it say? Newsbank what?
It's Newsbank Inc.,
America's News.
America's News.
Yeah, here it is, American newspapers, this is it. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
access to 2,000 newspapers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Both past and present, or just present?
I don't know how far back it goes,
Okay.
but They'll do it, and I don't even think you need to log in.
I'm gonna tell
Bill.
them.
Yeah, you don't even need to log in.
So I'm big 20 days.
Okay, so this one's just 1990. We've got one that is, it's not, I guess it's not through Newsbank, but we've got another one that goes all the way back from the beginning. And that's full text searchable. So a lot of these databases, you can only search headlines. So if you don't know what's in the headline, you're going to have a heck of a time finding it. But the Herald Review one is a full text. So, which means there's a whole lot of back-end work. So that's part of why these things are as expensive.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's some serious specifically, but we do have, like, the one for WAD, don't we?
For WAD?
Yeah, you know, back in the day, WAD used to do a lot more,
Not to my knowledge.
not physical print, obviously, but, like, they would actually be posting an exclusive, you know what I'm saying, it's an in-depth analysis.
Not to my knowledge. I mean, I know that they do, I mean, that's, honestly, online, that's where I get a lot of my local news now, because I don't think to log into this either. Emily. I can hit the paywall. So, yeah, you can look at this particular issue by date here.
Yeah, we finally went to digital e-edition of Herald Review, because getting it delivered was, it was like $700 a year.
You can full text, and it's also, they'll also read it to you, so it's,
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Nice database. I just didn't like it.
yep. They're well used. I mean, we'll talk about it more tomorrow, but I expect our total collection use this year to, for the first time, exceed 1 million uses.
Wow.
Because the database use has been really high.
So we get a banner or something on that, so we can, I'm gonna use. Okay, is there any other questions pertaining to that? I assume not, we'll move down to the August 2025 actuals and projections.
Wait, do we have to approve that?
Yeah.
My motion to
Yeah, you're right. It should go ahead.
approve the check register and vendor report.
So first,
Paula seconds.
all seconds, any discussion? None is a voice vote, so Emily, Paula,
Aye.
myself, aye. 3 ayes, 0 nays, motion carries. Now, August 25, actuals and projections. Thank you for the clarification. I really don't like reading these and seeing the amount of time of year that has passed. I'm like, really?
Yes.
67%?
Yeah.
There were things I was supposed to do this year. I'm already 75%.
Listen, I set the expectation low, so make no New Year's resolutions, I just, just living life.
Yeah.
It's just another day.
Scroll back to.
That doesn't get you as much.
Okay, so, we're 67% of the way through the year. We've collected 58% of our property taxes, that's not unusual. 69% of our other revenue, which sounds great, right? Except, we're usually at, PPRT is usually 81% by now. We've only collected 52% of our budgeted PPRT. So, that's not a good thing. We're at, for personnel expenses, we're a little bit over, but again, we've had both of our 3 paycheck months, that'll even out. I don't have any concerns about this line at this point. And none of the other ones give me any pause. Our cash position in operating fund, $1,336,544.87. In the capital fund, I think we have a little more coming out, about maybe 30,000-ish, but we're at 54,054.81 now. Camp County has $5,929.52. Meyer Fund, $33,133.74. And memorials and donations, $14,178.36 for a total operating, or total cash position of $1,443,800. is how much, I want to say this in the right way, how much surplus operating cash do we have for a year? So in other words, if we have to run a deficit budget next year, is that possible? And I'm not sure if it is off the top of my head. And if it is possible, how much of it is possible?
And you asked for comments earlier. What we're talking about is reminding me, so it's blending both points. But when it comes to the public awareness campaign, I mean, mention the fact that the way our funding formula is so inconsistent that the city actually has to pay some of our bills temporarily throughout the year is, I feel like, is a really strong sticking point. You know what I mean? So how the wording would be for that, and how would one would want to word it where it's, I guess, seen as a positive on our end and not a net negative. But I feel like that's incredibly clear. I mean, the fact, I feel like if people knew that legally have to go to the city and have them pay our bills for like a couple of weeks at a time because of how inconsistent our flow is.
And we didn't actually get there this year.
Okay.
We got really close. But you can see we never dipped below. That was our lowest point. So in the operating fund, we did. We were underwater. But overall, our overall cash position
Yes, that's what I meant
was okay. They didn't have to front us any money.
Yeah, not that we're, in debt per se, because obviously we'll collect that. It's just with the disbursements of property taxes and PBRT and all this,
But it's certainly a possibility, and it's a possibility next year, because we're going to have a lot less in our capital reserve fund. So it is a definite possibility. Then there's also one of the things I hope by the end of the year to bring to you guys is some drafts of financial policies. Should we be saying it's the policy of Decatur Public Library that we will have X number of months of operating cash in reserve?
It's a very standard.
Yeah.
Right. So things like that. We didn't have no financial policies. So I've got some ideas for some drafts, and hopefully I'll bring that. Even though this is not the policy committee, I think this is the committee to bring it to. I'm happy to, if I send myself a reminder, to reach out to our to planning and creative and say, is this something we can work in as long as you guys think it's a good idea, and how to word it and that kind of thing. They're good at coming up with that. Is that something you guys?
Yeah.
I'm going to send myself an email reminder so that I don't forget to have that conversation. I know they were. So we're hoping for the first social media post to drop Monday.
Oh,
So those were artificial likes. I was like, that's only got 2 likes. He posted it.
Yes.
I thought that would come over.
We haven't,
Okay, good to know.
we haven't posted anything anywhere yet.
Gotcha.
We plan on kind of little by little starting Monday.
where's it going to be posted at?
So we'll do social media. So we'll do Facebook, Instagram. I don't know if we even still have a Twitter account. I don't think we do. I think it's just Facebook, Instagram right now. We'll do that. We'll do it on our. We'll do an email blast. We've got about 15,000 people on our email blast list. We'll do on the website, and we will have posters around the building. Off the top of my head, I think that's where.
Looking to get an airplane banner flown around the sky.
Maybe so. We'll also have a QR code where people can we've aggregated all the emails of the city council and mayor, so they can go to the QR code, email all of them at once. We'll have a standard email if people want to use that, or write their own.
Yeah, make it as easy as possible for people to kind of click that button. It really does work if you have a just standard. Because a lot of times it's not what people write, it's the count. At the state, all they really get back to you is like, oh, we had 352
small cash donations or do we direct that to the friends?
We do to accept small cash donations. We get a lot of them in memorials when people, when somebody passes away. We get a lot of those $20, $25.
Who holds that account?
That's in the memorial.
Well, it's with the investment firm, or is it just a banking account?
So, I may invite Anthony Cooling to a meeting sometime to kind of answer those questions. Anthony's the budget officer over there. Here's the thing to remember. There's one bank account for the city of Decatur and Decatur Public Library. We have the same bank account. Okay? It's tracked who belongs to what and what funds is all tracked via software, via financial software. They do invest some monies. I know nothing about that.
Okay. That's
Much,
kind of what
much,
I've been
much to my
wondering.
shame, I don't know anything about how they go about that. But Anthony would be, I think Anthony would be very happy to come to, literally quite happy to come explain that to you,
And that-
if you're interested.
Yeah, and that's with the Cantoni and the Meyer, too. Those aren't held in.
Well, there's also just held in what, let me go ahead and finish your
Oh, I
question.
was going to say, those are held in that same,
It's all the same bank account.
okay. So,
Now, how much of that is invested and how? So we get interest income.
yeah,
from
I
the
noticed
bank
that there's.
account, But we also get investment income. How they're investing those funds, I don't know. So again, if you guys are interested, I'm happy to invite Anthony to come talk to you. Or perhaps just write an email, and I can share that with you. It's up to you, however you want it.
I'm just kind of looking at the revenue, and I'm assuming those were the interests that were accumulating for
Yeah.
these.
These revenues are definitely interest.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah, I
But
would
they are
expect
extreme, well, that's not, but you start getting up to what's
Yeah, those
33,000.
probably interest as well, yeah.
Yeah, and if they were separate, there are accounts that guarantee or guarantee a much higher return interest than what it looks like this is, but that's kind of why I was wondering if it was combined with the city. Makes it a little more difficult.
I'm sure they have very tight
Yes.
regulations on what they can do.
Exactly. And,
Yes.
They're probably
did
not
the-
doing a risky account.
didn't the park board famously lose a bunch of money a few years ago?
Things.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And there was some talk that they hadn't followed those regulations and,
Started investing in used car dealerships.
Hey, I was listening to a very interesting podcast about some interesting investments that they're going to allow you to invest in now that they never had before.
Well, that's something.
Crypto, and like you take your 401k, invest in crypto if you want.
Yeah,
That,
that sounds smart.
some people think yes. You never know.
I never know.
those are house of cards to me.
Yeah.
That would be the other side of the argument.
Yeah. I just know with another organization that I work with, we have monies, and we've been looking around at some rather different options. I'm amazed how much
Yeah.
better return you can get out there.
Yeah,
And-
and I imagine that the regulations for a not-for-profit are probably different, very different from
Oh, yeah,
a public
pretty much,
body.
Yeah.
yeah, you pretty much, very, very few regulations.
So here's where I think we're gonna end up. Okay. I think we're gonna come up short on real estate taxes because, again, they levy better than the last couple of years, so they levy for exactly the amount that was budgeted. PPRT is looking grim. So expense-wise, personnel, I think we're in pretty good shape. That is likely to get a little better, because of some recent turnover. So The other expenses also pretty good. But that gives us a total deficit of $539,212. Now, $375,000 is budgeted because it's just moving from one fund to another, but we only did $350,000. So you back out that $350,000, you get $189,212 in-year deficit. I'm going to start calling it that because it sounds less bad.
Okay. I'm gonna write that.
I mean, it is a snapshot in time. It's, because as I when I talk to staff about this, I have to let them know that doesn't mean we're in debt by $190,000. It doesn't mean we owe somebody $190,000. It just means that this year we're taking in less money than we should. We're rushing. So
But we've got everything covered.
yeah.
But perhaps not by next year.
Yeah, that's what I've got to kind of sit down and think that through. And I'm not sure. Emily, I may reach out to you for help on how to think about this. It was something I've never had to think about before. Yeah. I'm used to how to figure what kind of deficit we could in a worst case scenario absorb. Maybe that's not the right term for it, absorb, but you know what I'm saying. And still pay our bills.
Yep. Okay.
And if we want to build out reserves, that would be.
That's a whole nother.
I didn't think about that at this point, but yeah, I do think that we need to think about some policies, and I think it's a good idea to, because the other thing is, I mean, we've built up many more than 6 months operating funds just a short period of time ago. I mean, we're moving into another fund, and it'd be nice to have some policy guidelines as to, where we should work, how much is too much, not just how much is enough, but how much is too much.
Whenever I would do these, mine would always be a minimum of 3 months. I don't know.
I feel like that's the standard.
Okay, yeah.
That's usually, I don't know if that's still it, but I feel like when I was growing up, that's what they.
We did, when I was on the ALA board, on the ILA board, we did 6 months operating funds. I think, I'm on the Heritage board, I think that's 6 months also. But that's a heavy lift.
Yeah.
Let's start with one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, a minimum 3 months.
Well, is there any more questions pertaining to that?
No.
That's the end of our agenda. Unless there's anything other than the auspices of new business I would like to be brought forward. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
First and second, any discussion? Sophia, any closing remarks? I see you're muted currently.
You guys, sir.
Yeah, whatever
What
she
she
said.
said.
Yes.
Well, all in
We
favor,
broke
signify-
up for this, Sophia.
all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, chair has a motion carried. We are adjourned at 5.
See you, Sophia.
Bye, Sophia.